The primary function of the biased circuit is to A. Hold the circuit stable at VCC. B. Hold the circuit stable at V in. C. Ensure proper gain is achieved. D. Hold the circuit stable at the designed Q point. The correct answer is hold the circuit stable at the designed Q point. JFET. A is a current-controlled device. B has a low input resistance. C is a voltage-controlled device. D is always forward biased. The correct answer is a voltage-controlled device. The capacitor that produces an AC ground is called an A. Coupling capacitor. B. DC open. C. Bypass capacitor. D. AC open. The correct answer is bypass capacitor. In a Class B push-pull amplifier, the transistors are biased slightly above cutoff to avoid A. crossover distortion. B. unusually high efficiency. C. negative feedback. D. a low input impedance. The correct answer is crossover distortion. The depletion-mode MOSFET. A can operate with only positive gate voltages. B can operate with only negative gate voltages. C cannot operate in the ohmic region. D can operate with positive as well as negative gate voltages. The correct answer is can operate with positive as well as negative gate voltages. 3 different points are shown on a DC load line. The upper point represents the A. minimum current gain. B. quiescent point. C. saturation point. D. cutoff point. The correct answer is saturation point. Which of the following conditions are needed to properly bias an NPN transistor amplifier? A. Forward bias the base emitter junction and reverse bias the base collector junction. B. Forward bias the collector base junction and reverse bias the emitter base junction. C. Apply a positive voltage on the N-type material and a negative voltage on the P-type material. D. Apply a large voltage on the base. The correct answer is forward bias the base emitter junction and reverse bias the base collector junction. Often a common collector will be the last stage before the load. The main function of this stage is to A. Provide voltage gain. B. Buffer the voltage amplifiers from the low resistance load. C. Provide phase inversion. D. Provide a high frequency path to improve the frequency response. The correct answer is buffer the voltage amplifiers from the low resistance load. In order for feedback oscillators to have any practical value, the gain has to be A1. B. self-adjusting. C. stabilized. D. nonlinear. The correct answer is self-adjusting. To get a negative gate source voltage in a self-biased JFET circuit, you must use A. voltage divider. B. source resistor. C. ground. D. negative gate supply voltage. The correct answer is source resistor.